then it's obvious that you're and I don't believe for 1 second you just doing for your own enjoyment. Nah, you trying to find something to fill up that void that's within your chest. See,
I can tell you're not just doing this for fun. You're trying to fill the emptiness inside. I know exactly how that feels because I've been in your shoes. But by the grace of God, I got clean. The weight that held me down is gone now, and I've found strength I never thought I had. I've been through a lot in my life, so I can speak on this. Kodak, you've got to make a choice. There are too many people looking up to you, and as a father, I know how important it is to set the right example for your son. This is coming from someone who genuinely cares about you. If you see this, I want to talk with you. Let's sit down and have a conversation. I'm here to help. Every day, new footage of Kodak struggling is getting posted online. It's clear that he's surrounding himself with the wrong people. Instead of helping him, these people are filming his struggles and putting it out there for the world to see. Kodak needs real support right now, and it's about time that someone steps up and helps him out. Kanye West even stepped in, trying to offer his support. At first, I thought Kodak was in Miami, but I later found out that he's actually in Atlanta now. I'm booking a flight to Atlanta right now because I feel like it's time to take action. If anyone is already in Atlanta or knows anything about what's going on, I need you to step up and help. This is bigger than just talking about the music industry or any celebrity stuff. Right now, we need real action. I know some of you might think—
spoke out trying to save him.
Okay, so I thought Kodak was in Miami. I see he's in Atlanta. So I'm getting a flight down to Atlanta right now.
I'm going overboard or not making sense, but I'm speaking from the heart. I just want to do what's right. The last thing I want is for Kodak to keep spiraling down. We've seen so many moments where he's been struggling, and every time someone posts about it, it just makes things worse. These videos are not helping him, they are making it harder for him to get the support he really needs. People around him need to stop just filming and start being there for him. Kodak is someone who has always had a massive influence on his fans. He's been through a lot, and he's dealing with his own personal demons, just like many of us do. But what he needs now is not more attention for the wrong reasons. He needs real support, people who are willing to help him get back on track. This isn't about making Kodak look bad or putting him in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. This is about giving him a chance to get better, to grow, and to become the person he wants to be. It's clear that the people around him right now are not the ones who should be in his corner. If they truly cared about him, they wouldn't just be recording him when he's at his lowest, they would be offering him the help he needs. I know it's easy to sit back and watch someone struggle, especially when they are famous. But real change happens when we take action. Kodak's story isn't just about his fame or his career. It's about a person who's going through real struggles, and right now, he's at a crossroads. He can either keep going down the path he's on, or he can take the steps needed to get better. But that's going to take a lot of work, and he can't do it alone. That's why I'm speaking out now.
Take a seat next to him, take a seat next to him. Enjoy that food, enjoy that. Take a seat next to him, brother.
I don't want to just sit here and watch Kodak keep falling. I want to be part of the solution, and I hope others will feel the same way. If you see someone struggling, don't just watch from the sidelines. Step in and offer a hand. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or even someone you admire from afar, everyone needs help at some point. I know some people might think I'm overreacting, but sometimes you have to speak up when you see someone in trouble. I care about Kodak, and I believe that with the right support, he can turn things around. But it's going to take more than just words, it's going to take action. So, if you're in Atlanta, or if you know someone who can help, it's time to step up. This isn't just about Kodak's career or his public image, it's about his life. And right now, he needs the kind of help that goes beyond what we see on social media. It's time to stop watching from a distance and start helping him get back on track. Said a lot and just let me go down there and go help this man out, as this was Kanye's reaction to the new viral post of Kodak Black eating chicken right in the middle of the street looking strung out not like himself. Kodak Black has been going through a lot lately, and it's clear that he's struggling. One of the most upsetting things is that instead of helping him, some of his friends are just filming him during his hardest moments. It's hard to watch because instead of stepping in to support him, they are turning his pain into content. This shows that a lot of people are more interested in watching his downfall than actually helping him rise again. Kodak's true fans want him to get the help he needs, not just to be seen as an entertainer. This situation isn't just about a person slipping up, it's about a deeper issue. People talk a lot about their favorite rappers, like Drake, or whoever else, but the real question is, Why are we letting this happen to Kodak? Why aren't we focusing on his well-being? He's more than just a rapper or someone to follow online. He's a person who's struggling and in need of support. A major moment came on February 28, 2023, when Kodak admitted he was on drugs. He did deny being on a specific drug, but the fact that he admitted to it was important. That admission opened a lot of eyes and made people realize there's more going on with him than what we see online.
He always say that, even his people always say that. They always say that. Even when he, you know what I mean? Even when he ain't around, so shit like
It's easy to judge someone when all we see are the headlines, but there's so much more to a person's story than what the media shares. Kodak later explained his situation in a way that many could relate to. He admitted that he had made mistakes, and he wasn't proud of some of his actions. After pleading not guilty to charges related to possession and firearms, he shared how things went down. He was just sleeping outside his family's house after drinking too much. It wasn't a proud moment for him, and he knew it wasn't right. He had been drinking at his family's house, and that led to him passing out on the front lawn. In hindsight, he understood that it was wrong and, legally speaking, not the right thing to do. The internet, of course, had a lot to say about the situation. People were quick to judge him, making it sound worse than it really was. It's easy for people online to jump to conclusions without knowing the full story. They don't know what was really going on in his life at that time, so it's unfair to judge him without understanding the context. But Kodak knew he had made mistakes, and he was ready to own up to them. The most important thing, though, was that he wasn't giving up. He recognized the problem and was determined to make things right. Life isn't perfect, and no one can expect to get through it without messing up along the way. The key is learning from those mistakes and doing better moving forward. Kodak knows that. He's been through a lot and has faced many challenges. Despite everything, he's still trying to get back on track. It's not easy, but he's taking it one step at a time. This situation highlights a bigger issue that we often overlook. People like Kodak Black are more than just their public persona. Behind the scenes, they face their own struggles, just like everyone else. It's easy to focus on the fame, the music, and the money, but the real person is dealing with emotions, challenges, and pressure that no one—
unjust and not right about this situation.
Black, addressing the judge after the pretrial release technician testified he may have mixed up the samples between Black and another patient.
In the end, the most important thing is that Kodak is trying. He's trying to do better, he's owning up to his mistakes, and he's learning from them. We should all remember that. Everyone is on their own journey, and sometimes the toughest battles happen behind closed doors. If we really want to support the people we look up to, we need to stop judging and start helping. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a celebrity, we all need support sometimes. While streaming on Instagram Live, the feds raided Kodak's house, arrested him, and found a lot of illegal items. After being arrested, Kodak hired lawyer Brian Cohen, who worked out a deal to send him to rehab instead of letting him sit in jail for over 2 years. Kodak, whose real name is Bill Capri, faced a judge on Tuesday after turning himself in. This was because an arrest warrant had been issued after he violated the terms of his pretrial release by testing positive for drugs during a random test. Test earlier this month is just unjust and not right about this situation. Black addressing the judge after the pretrial release technician testified he may have mixed up the samples between Black and another patient. There's no way testing positive we can resolve that by way of a hair sand. Judge Barbara Duffy then asking for a hair sample today to clear up the alleged mix-up, which Black refused, rather choosing to check into the Legacy Rehabilitation Facility for 30 days as part of his pretrial release. This Kodak Black took some time off from his music career. For a while, there were no new songs, no Instagram lives, and many people started to forget about him. But during his time in rehab, something changed. He really focused on himself. He worked hard on writing new music, spent time getting in shape, and put effort into becoming a better person. When he finally left rehab, he dropped his hit song Walk, which blew up with 33 million views. It shot him right back to the top of the charts, showing everyone he still had it. However, as his success grew, things started to get to his head. One day, he was featured on a live stream with Cassette. During the stream, Kodak seemed off. He was sweating heavily, swatting at things in the air that weren't there, and shouting random things. His behavior seemed to scare Cassette, and it was clear that something was wrong. It was a chaotic moment, and viewers could sense it. The next morning, Kodak jumped on Instagram Live to explain himself. He told everyone that they shouldn't be focused on what he does or what he takes on a daily basis because it's his life, not theirs. He reminded people that he's the one living it, not them. Kodak admitted that sometimes he messes up, but he's doing his best to take things one day at a time. He explained that people who
tested positive, we can resolve that by way of a hair sample, and that'll clear you.
Judge Barbara Duffy then asking for a hair sample today to clear up the alleged mix-up, which Black refused, rather choosing to check into the legacy rehab.
Come at him with negativity often have their own struggles. They are either hurt, going through tough times, or looking for attention. He said they try to bring him down, but he refuses to let it affect him. Even though Kodak is one of the biggest names online with millions of fans, the pressure of living up to expectations is hard. People were rooting for him to succeed, and they wanted him to stay on track. When Kodak broke his sobriety, a lot of fans were disappointed. They had been hoping he would stay clean and keep pushing forward. Seeing him slip up was tough for many of them, especially with all eyes on him. His fans were invested in his journey, and watching him fall back into old habits was heartbreaking for those who cared about his well-being. They weren't just fans of his music, but of the person they believed he could become. While some fans felt let down, it's important to remember that nobody's perfect. Kodak is a person, not just a celebrity, and like anyone, he's facing his own battles. The expectations that come with fame can be overwhelming, and it's easy for people to judge without understanding what's really going on behind the scenes. In his live video, Kodak made it clear that he knows he has made mistakes, but is not giving up on himself. He wants to keep moving forward, even if people don't always understand or support him. He's not trying to live his life for anyone else. His message was simple: focus on your own life, and let him live his the way he chooses. While it's tough to see someone you care about struggle, it's important to give them the space to figure things out. Kodak's journey isn't easy, and he's not asking for sympathy, just understanding. It's clear that he's still learning, still growing, and still trying to find his way in a world full of pressure and expectations. Fans have been waiting for Kodak to stay on the right track, but the road to recovery isn't always a straight line. It's full of bumps and setbacks. The important thing is that he's trying. He's trying to get back to his best self, and that's something worth supporting. No matter how much success you have, life can be a struggle. For Kodak, the ups and downs are part of his story. But as long as he keeps working on himself and staying true to who he is, he's on the right path. Fans and people around him may have their opinions, but at the end of the day, it's his life, and he's the one who has to live it. It's all about taking it one step at a time. Making himself look terrible on live stream and messing up his image, but this would end up lingering for the next couple of months with a younger audience now getting the attention of Kodak Black. They would end up seeing him at a local football game where somebody would tell Kodak he loves it when he is sober leading.
I'll tell you what's stupid. But I take one and y'all be so hurt. Y'all wanna like it anyway. Yeah. Everybody else will be coming like
into Kodak responding pretty aggressively. I love when Kodak soul change soul. I look soul going, I know it's over for what look at all this money, look at all this cash, music. What, but this wouldn't be the only football game that he would attend for this week. He would then show up to the Baltimore Ravens game, once again looking extremely out of it near his fans. A tweet would read, NFL fans are worried for rapper Kodak Black's health as he appeared off while showing love to star quarterback Lamar Jackson. Hey Kodak, what you guys to say about the Ravens? Music? B, hey, what about that boy LJ, man? What you got to tell the F about that boy? Applause. Man, Bo Yak in the city, yeah, in the city I live out here. This was the turning point for a lot of people in the industry. Watching Kodak go through such a tough time made it clear he needed help. That's when Wallow and Jilly stepped in with some real advice. They told him, never doubt yourself. You've got kids depending on you. There will be times when you feel lost or in pain, but those kids are counting on you. You need to be there for them. The most important thing is that Kodak is trying. He's trying to do better, he's owning up to his mistakes, and he's learning from them. We should all remember that. Everyone is on their own journey, and sometimes the toughest battles happen behind closed doors. If we really want to support the people we look up to, we need to stop judging and start helping. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a celebrity, we all need support sometimes. While streaming on Instagram Live, the feds raided Kodak's house, arrested him, and found a lot of illegal items. After being arrested, Kodak hired lawyer Brian Cohen, who worked out a deal to send him to rehab instead of letting him sit in jail for over 2 years. Kodak, whose real name telling you that because a lot of people get around you and they see your success and they say, oh man, a lot of people need you, and they yes man you, I ain't here to yes man you, you know me, every time we connect with you know I got love for you, not because I need you, I got love for you cause you're a young cat and I was young, Gil was young, live, and I'm telling you that because you see that love that lady get, you see how you light up when I talk about your babies, live. These people want to Laugh they want to, joke they want to. People can criticize all they want, but they don't know what you're going through. I don't know your pain either, but I do know one thing. Your kids are depending on you. Kodak's struggles go beyond just him. He's got a lot more to think about. According to reports, Kodak has 5 kids and is the main provider for his family, including his mom and siblings. There was even a tweet that went viral saying, "Every time I see Kodak Black, I just feel sad." This man has 4 baby mothers, and none of these women seem to care about him for real. Why aren't they stepping up to help him? It feels like some people are just waiting for him to fail, and that's a reflection of the environment he's in. Without the right support, it's hard to succeed in this tough world, no matter how much money you have. This led Kodak Black to apologize to everyone. He said, "Honestly, I'm sorry to everybody. I'm sorry to the people I've hurt. I'm sorry if you don't understand me. I'm sorry if you just don't like me. I'm sorry, and you know I'm sorry to everybody that I wrong, and I'm sorry to all the times I made my mom cry, and I'm sorry to like all girl to heart I broke, I'm sorry." Music. To say for kind of disrespecting her and stuff like that. She accepted my apology, she did, but even though he was sorry, history would repeat itself once again as Kodak Black would return to using, as it would then be announced. Kodak Black says the whole world is on fun items during an Instagram live, saying, "Everyone's just waiting around, acting like time is running out, but other people are in the same boat, not knowing how to let things happen naturally. Sometimes, you've just got to let time work its magic. Time is the best healer. It will show you what you need and help you grow. You've got to be patient. Love is patient and kind, right? There's no point in handling things with anger or aggression. It won't help at all. Everyone's just waiting around, stuck in the same place." But the next day, Kodak went live on Instagram to respond to Kanye West's message offering help. He said, "Kanye's a real one. You know why? He's the only one who still supports Diddy. The feds are probably gonna try to take everything from him, but Kanye still did something real for me. And you know what? I'm gonna do a collab with him, so we can get some money and do stuff, still sleep. My people W me out like all. Why a real one? You know why you a real one? Cause like I'm some like I can't only did it cause he know he a lot of me.